Welcome to The Artist Recreates the World. We are back after or doing post-COVID interview, and I have a very special guest, Javone Jones, or you might know him as Dr. Love Jones, but it's not for us. So Dr. Jones, tell us about your new book, Level Up.
The book is called Level Up, How to Start Living Your Best Life Now. The basis of the book is pretty much, I created this book with the intentions of showing people that based on the work you could do on the inside, the inner work, how you can start living your best life now, even if you don't have all the things that you think you need to have a great life, you have all that you need. You have breath, you have life, and I want to show you with all of that how you create your best life.
So, Dr. Jones, when you talk about inner life, inner work, how did you realize that it's so important for others to be able to do the inner work?
Yes, so when I realized by doing the inner work within me, I recognized that there are many people who need to learn how to do it themselves because, yes, mental health is a very important thing, but it's also spiritual health, and that's something you have to be willing to look inside yourself. Definitely time and definitely patience was something I had to put in time for this. So I work a full-time job. I was working at the time when I first started. I actually switched careers in the process of writing this book. So I had to take a little time, whether it's a few minutes a day, not a few minutes, an hour or two a day, just to do it. And I had to put that time and allow time for me to gain more information.
So Dr. Jones, people have been going through it because of COVID, the culture, George Floyd. I mean, on and on, these monies. Go back to, give me one or two of your sayings, one of your favorites, I mean, you drew me in. I heard some of those sayings. So give me one of your favorites that you tell people as they deal with crisis, as they deal with daily life.
Well, one of my few favorite sayings is that remember that you living your passion is changing the world. Because the things that you're passionate about is going to help others do the things that they're passionate about. So that is the one thing. And another thing I tell everybody is this. You cannot control what is happening on the outside, but you can always control what's happening on the inside. And once you control what's on the inside, you can change what's going on around us. See, many people think that we are the product of our environment. The truth is, our environment is a product of us.
So this is why I have artists come on, because they help all of us to grow. Over 400 interviews of various artists at various junctures. So I thank Dr. Jones for coming on and imparting. Dr. Jones, please just let people know where people can purchase your book and where they can find and follow you.
You can find me on Instagram, Dr_Love Jones. You can also follow my book page, which is Level Up_Best Life. You can find my book on Amazon, or you can walk into the store, The Source of Knowledge, and you can get you a copy of my book right now. So make sure y'all take the time, get the copy, and we're going to be hitting up a lot of bookstores across the country.
So, Dr. Jones, just tell me, when you hear The Artist Recreates the World, what comes to your mind? How do you explain that?
The artist that recreates the world is that everything around us is created by art. Everything. Whether it's the books that you read, the structures of your building, every single aspect of life is created by art. So when you embrace your inner art, because every one of us have our inner art within us. So when you start to embrace it, it's called your passion. Whenever you're passionate something, you're going to create your art because it's something that you could do that no one else can do. It's something that you bring a very unique style, a very unique position, who you are, your perspective. When you bring that to the table, you know that there's no other person. They may be similar, but they're not the same. So when you embrace your inner art, you can create the world around you, because it took someone to embrace their art to fill this store with all the books in here. And whatever you do, you're going to contribute to whatever you do, whether it's writing a book, writing poetry, doing paintings, or just creating structures that's going to impact the life that we have in today's world.